something that I just started doing recently. It's been referred to me by my healer several times, but sometimes in life you just do things when it's the right time for you. So, Byron Katie, if you haven't read her book, download her audiobook. It's called The Work, and it has been life changing for me. So, in relationships, when I'm dating men or when I meet a guy, I am just so hard on myself. I'm so obsessed, excuse me, in my mind with like meeting that right person. And oh, there's like all this stuff that has to, like, there's way more to this than just that. But anyways, it helps me a lot. I don't know about you guys, but dating nowadays is definitely hard. I am 29 years old, so I grew up in that era where, you know, we didn't really text and stuff until maybe I was in like my sophomore year of college. Like we had just gotten Facebook. You had to be a part of a university. It was very like social media wasn't really trendy at all, like to where it's now. It's just everything was very new and fresh. I remember I used to, and this works really well for me in dating because I tend to overprocess, analyze, triple analyze, diagnose, dissect text messages a lot, to the point where I've made myself like upset or think certain things that aren't even real, or just really taking a conversation in text. And when you really think about it, it's like it's fucking text. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why are we obsessing over, oh, I just got my nails and they look so good on camera. Why are we obsessing over text messages? Why, and for me, I struggle a lot in dating when doing that. I'm just like thinking so much sometimes into everything. And this helps so much. So it's Byron Katie, The Work. And I'm going to read you. So there is 5 questions when you have a stressful thought. And it is a lot of work. But if you are like me and you are on a quest to dismiss all of your negative thoughts so you can live in peace and have a peaceful mind, I swear to you, it is possible. I have made such progress over the last several years. I'm almost there. This is actually probably why I'm comfortable enough to make these videos, I guess, right? So I'm like 99% there, but I still have a part of me that enjoys going back to those stressful thoughts because it makes me feel safe and whatever. All these other issues come up. So anyway, so here are some of the work questions. By the way, this helps a lot too. I'm pretty audiovisual, so sometimes I write them. Sometimes I don't know, ask them to myself. But anyway, so when you have a negative thought, right? Let's say you texted a guy you like and you've been talking to, and he doesn't respond to your text. Okay? Doesn't that sound like the worst thing in the world, right? Like, let's be honest. Like, you're like, oh my God, my life is over. I don't know about you, but I've actually thought these things. I know that it's not, but it's my thoughts that I'm consumed with that I entertain, and then it creates fear, okay? And then I can't think straight, and then I assume all these things, and then I allow it to drive me crazy. It's no way to live, but it's the truth, right? So let's bring a scenario. You like a guy, and you text him, and he doesn't respond. First of all, stop, okay? Don't seek for approval. Don't assume. Don't. Trust me, okay? Take a step back, pull out a pen and paper, super old school, and ask yourself these questions. So is this thought true, right? Is it true? Oh, well, what's the thought, first of all? Well, he didn't text me back. He must not like me and not be interested anymore. Is this true? I mean, no, right? Because how can you absolutely know that it's true? You don't. So why are we thinking it? So no, I guess it's not true, right? How do you react, or like what happens when you believe this thought? Well, I feel overwhelmed, my chest is tight, my head is hurting, I feel nauseous, I have anxiety, I want to text another guy, I want to go out and party, I want to take shots, I want to go to sleep, I want to watch a movie, I don't want to date anymore. I just like, you start thinking all these things like, how do you feel when this happens? Oh, I can't date anymore. I can't do this. This is too hard. Whatever it is, write it down. And the next question is, who would you be without this thought? And my answer always is in peace, free of my mind, freedom in my mind, you know? We see so many times all over the world about physical illnesses, disorders, and we unfortunately live in this society where it's like we don't talk about our mental health or our thoughts or what we're really thinking. And it wasn't really until I got into yoga and connected with like-minded people that everything that I was going through, thinking or feeling was real. And when I became more comfortable with myself and shared some of my stressful thoughts or anxieties or worries, that there are so many like people around me going through the same thing, and women too, a lot too. And I was like, that already is like, oh, shit, this is great, right? So these are the 3 questions. And then you want to turn your thought around. So you want to think of like 3 or 4. I sometimes do like 10 because I just like to over like think of wonderful things that could possibly be to turn around. And it makes me feel really good. So the turnaround questions. It's so funny because I just thought of something, which I'm going to share too. So let's think of some genuine things. Number 1, what if by him not texting you back is because he is not feeling good? Do you want him to really be texting you if he's not feeling good? No, let him be. What if he didn't write you back because his phone died? Okay? And then by the time he turned his phone back on, it was after midnight, and he felt like, oh, I don't want to bother her. Maybe I'll catch up with her tomorrow. What if he read the text and he meant to write you back, but he got caught up because his friends called him and he went out? Or his mom called him and she's going through something. Or his grandfather, he just found out his grandfather's sick, right? Maybe there's something that has taken priority, right? Another genuine thing to think is, what if he didn't even get your text, right? What if he was on airplane mode? Or what if, and then this is like a really beautiful thought, what if what you're doing right now, like, healing yourself and your mind and your thoughts, what if he decided to take a step back because he has overwhelming thoughts? And what if he's doing exactly what you're doing right now? And he doesn't want to text you out of fear. Maybe he just wants to take a step back to recompose himself, right? What if he's with family and he's living in the moment and he's not attached to his phone with his phone up his ass like you are, or like society thinks we should be? Everyone talks about how, oh, a text takes 5 seconds to write back. It should always be on you. But what if he's aware that this is a problem for him and he wants to be more in the moment in life? Do you really want him to text you back? Or don't you? For me, I respect that. I would rather him do that than be texting me. You know why? Because in life, for a relationship to really, if you want a true relationship, this is what I think. Doesn't mean you have to think that. But my beliefs is I should be completed. When I'm completed, when I feel good about myself, I can share that with someone. You know, it's not out of uh, it's not a hidden agenda. It's not out of lack. It's not out of fear. It's truthfully, I'm good with who I am, and it's nice to have that to share with you, right? So, wouldn't you? I mean, for me, I'm like, God, I would rather him work on himself and be good here to be with me, because I don't want someone who has all this mental baggage and wants to text me all the time because he needs self assurance. I mean, gross. So, like, taking it and turning it around is really going to allow yourself to recover from so much turmoil. And actually, what stemmed me to make this video is a text message that I decided to overanalyze and process, right? Which I'm like, I'm fine. And then all of a sudden, something like triggers me where I'm like, have to like freak out about a thought, right? And the thought, earlier, like I found 5 minutes ago, I was like, oh, I have this thought and I have to tell you. Okay, this is what it is that by the action of the text message stemmed me to make this video. Okay. And I have now the opportunity to, one, heal myself and my thought and dismiss it, and two, potentially affect you and change your life. So do you see like the beauty of something so like a text message or a response that you think you should have gotten that you didn't, or whatever it is, whatever the thoughts are, like literally a text message and a thought made me want to make this video just now. So it's actually a blessing in disguise. So if he doesn't text you back, or if you don't get the response you want when you're dating someone, or even your friends, your family, take it and learn from it. That's what I've done for the last, 4 or 5 years. It's not easy, but I swear to you, it's worth it to just have this state of clarity after the thought is gone. So that is thoughts, my friends. So much more to come on all these thoughts. It's some really deep shit. And hey, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this. There's a comment section below, so please feel free to ask me any questions. Talk to me about, I don't know, any thoughts that you've been struggling with, anything you maybe want to see a video on about thoughts. But any of you out there struggling with thoughts, be honest with yourself. I mean, if you're even aware of a thought, you got work to do. I'm sorry. And if you want to live in a world of fear and turmoil and distress, it's your choice. But I'm choosing the opposite. So that's pretty much it. So have a beautiful day and let me know what you think. Bye.